Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl. In this problem, we're asked to take the given polynomial and write it as a product of linear factors. Once we do that, we're going to find the zeros of the polynomial. So we'll begin by factoring my polynomial of degree 4. So I notice that I have an x common to all of the terms, so I can factor that out. So I have x times the quantity, x cubed minus 6x squared plus 16x minus 96. Now, when I look at the polynomial of degree 3 inside my parentheses, I need to factor this. And it's a little bit more complicated, but I notice that if I group the first two terms together and the last two terms together, I can factor by grouping. So I'm still going to have the x on the outside. However, within these first two terms, I can factor out an x squared. And I'm left with x minus 6. With the second two terms, I notice I can factor out a 16. And I'm also left with x minus 6. Now, I have two complicated terms, both of which have an x minus 6 in them. So now I can factor out the quantity x minus 6. So I'll have x times the quantity x minus 6. Now what's left after I take an x minus 6 out of this first term? An x squared. And what's left after I take x minus 6 out of my second term? 16. Okay, so now I'm almost there. I have two linear factors, but one quadratic factor. Now notice that this is a sum of squares. I'm going to need to go into the complex number system in order to factor this. But I can do that by writing x squared plus 16 as x plus 4i and x minus 4i. Again, let's go through the FOIL just to check this. I have x squared minus 4xi plus 4xi, so they add together to be 0, and then a negative 16i squared, which is the same thing as a positive 16. All right, so I now have my polynomial written as a product of linear factors. Notice I started out with a polynomial of degree 4, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 factors. As long as I'm willing to go into the complex number system, that will be the case. All right, so now I have to find the zeros. To find zeros, we set the polynomial equal to 0. So 0 equals, and I'll use my factored form, x times the quantity x minus 6 times the quantity x plus 4i times the quantity x minus 4i. Notice I have 4 factors multiplied together that equal 0, so one of them has to be 0. So either x is 0, x minus 6 is 0, x plus 4i is 0, or x minus 4i equals 0. Solving each of these for x, I notice that my first piece is already solved. So x is 0. X could also equal 6. X equals minus 4i. And x equals positive 4i. So I have 4 zeros for my polynomial of degree 4. I hope that was helpful. Thanks.